Hi friends, welcome back to Calm in the Chaos Homeschool. My name is Davine and today I'm going to be talking about our summer homeschool plans. Today's video is a collaboration hosted by Shauna from Homegrown Homeschool and myself, and a bunch of other moms have joined in this collaboration. So when you're done watching this video, don't forget to check the playlist linked below to see what all the other homeschool moms' summer plans are. So we are year-round homeschoolers, so we do continue to do school in the summer, but we do less school and we do a lighter load. So today I'm going to talk about what we do for school and then just some general summer plans that we have this summer. So we are actually not quite finished school. I think we have about 3 weeks left that will put us into the third week of June. So normally we will break around there and we will officially start our school year. I like to start mid-August, so around August 15th, but I'm not sure. Our summer plans are not finalized yet, so we could be in California, say, during that time. So in that case, I will just start as soon as I can after we get back. But generally, we like to take these 7 or 8 weeks off between the kind of mid-June to mid-August time. So one of the things we do every summer that my kids always really look forward to is we go to California and we visit Grandpa and Grandma for usually at least 10 days and usually it's 2 weeks. During that time, we just hang out with Grandpa and Grandma. They have a pool, so they do a lot of swimming. And sometimes we get passes to either like the San Diego Zoo or maybe Legoland or something like that. So that's always something really fun that we always look forward to every summer. We usually end up doing some other things during the summer. Often there's a camping trip involved with maybe our home group or just some people in our church family. And we don't have one of those officially scheduled this year, so I'm not sure if that's happening. But that's something we often do at least once in the summer. We're not huge campers, so that's our camping for the year or maybe every other year. We had the basic camp gear, but I must say we really rely on our friends with all the extras to make camping a little more fun because we can barely fit what we have in the back of our van along with all our kids and all our stuff. Another fun thing that we have planned this summer is my sister's getting married. So we are going to be headed up to Canada for a few days to celebrate that with her, along with a mini family reunion where I get to see my 2 brothers who I haven't seen in quite a while. I have one brother who lives in Calgary. He has a wife and 2 children. So I'll be so happy to see all of them again for the first time in 3 years, I believe. And then I have a brother who lives in Taiwan, so he's flying out for the wedding and I get to see him for the first time in probably 3 or 4 years as well. So that's super exciting. That's going to be sometime during this summer. So other than these 2 sort of trips we have planned, I usually keep an eye open for VBSs, Vacation Bible Schools, things like that. And if I can squeeze in 1 or 2 of those sometime during the school year, my kids always enjoy that. So I usually look for something like that. Other than that, we don't do really any paid camps. We don't really do any paid activities. We just hang out at home and relax. So generally, that is how our school goes. So around those main events, what I usually schedule for my kids as far as summer school, I try to take it easy myself a little bit. I don't do the group subjects. I don't do the morning basket. I don't do things like that, things that require too much of me. I usually don't do that kind of stuff in the summer. However, my kids do benefit from, first of all, having some structure. Second of all, continuing on working on those basic skills throughout the summer. So what I generally do for summer school is I will plan 4 weeks of 4-day weeks. So basically there's going to be 16 days that I will have planned schoolwork for them. So we will usually, as soon as the official school year is over, we'll at least take a whole week off and just not do anything. And then generally, if there's nothing big happening that week, the kids will be expected to do their schoolwork. So for example, I try to keep the schoolwork, I would say, from about an hour to an hour and a half of schoolwork. So I don't try to make it a lot, but I do want it to be enough to keep up on the basic skills. So one thing my kids will all be doing every single day of those 16 days of school will be to do one lesson in their math. So whether it be teaching textbooks or the good and the beautiful, they will each have one lesson assigned. And this is actually going to help us finish the level. Because we do some work in the summer, we're able to take a little gentler approach throughout the rest of the year. So they will have about 16 lessons to do in math, and that should finish off whatever math level they're each at. The next thing I look for is a language arts activity. So some of my kids will be working on grammar, some of my kids will be working on spelling, some of my kids will be working on phonics, and some of them will be working on vocabulary. Usually this is book work, so I just kind of look and see which of their book work or independent work in the language arts category do I want them to continue to work on during the summer. And sometimes I'll have alternating days of two different things. So maybe one kid will have spelling alternating with phonics and be working that way every other day for those 16 days. The next thing that each child will be expected to do is something on the computer. So I have keyboarding and I have time for math facts. So those will be alternating days. We did some keyboarding this year, but they didn't get to the end of their keyboarding that we got for them. It was keyboarding without tears. And so I think that's something fun they can do on the computer every day. So they'll be working on keyboarding for at least 15 minutes a day, or alternating with time for math facts for the 3 kids that are still working on that. So the 3 kids that are still working on time for math facts, they will do that twice a week or 2 times out of the 4 days for that week. The last thing I require all of my kids to do during those 16 days is they have mandatory 20 minutes of reading. So they will be reading out of books that I have assigned or books they have picked off of a shelf. It is a little more relaxed. I do usually let them pick out of a larger variety of books. I'm not assigning them books, but they'll be reading for 20 minutes every day. And throughout the summer, I would say 4 out of 7 nights, my kids will be expected to continue to read out loud to myself or my husband for 10 minutes a day. So these 4 weeks that I have planned, or these 16 days that I have planned, we don't do those all in a row. So maybe we'll take a week off of school completely, and maybe if we're not going away yet, we'll have 2 weeks to do 2 weeks of that school, and then maybe we're going to go travel, or maybe we're going to the wedding or something like that, so we might take that next week or 2 off, and then maybe we'll have a week to do school, and then we may go to California, and I might say, hey, when we're in California, we need some stuff to do anyway, so we'll do those four days of schoolwork over the 2 weeks that we're there. So it's pretty casual on when we do it. My kids just know that they have these checklists to complete, and once they have completed, I always hope that they will have a week or 2 before we start our new school year so that they can really just get a break from any required schoolwork. So that's generally how it works. We do have about 8 weeks roughly in our summer break in which they complete these 16 days of work. So that allows for about 4 complete weeks off and 4 weeks of quasi school. So I hope that makes sense. I'm going to show you what my checklist will look like, and I will link in the description below just a link to my checklist so you can adapt it for yourself if that's something you're interested in doing. So here's a quick look at what I create in a spreadsheet for each of my kids. So as you can see, I have week 1, week 2, week 3, and week 4 here. And then I have day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 4. And it just says math. This one says spelling, keyboarding, and silent reading for each day. So I'm just going to fill those out. I'm going to fill them out closer to the end of the school year because, like I said, we still have 3 weeks left, or 3 or 4 weeks left of school. So I'm not sure where we'll be at that point. So I don't want to go and fill these out yet. But once I get to that point, I will fill them out and just make some more finalized decisions on what I want them to complete each day or each week. And basically what I'll do is I will cut these up into 4 long strips. I will staple them one in front of the other. And so they'll have 4 weeks of work to work through. And we'll just, as we finish it, just tear it off and move on to the next one. So I have 4 different versions of this here, and I'll include them all in the Google Doc that I have there, but basically they're generally the same. Like this one says teaching textbooks, or TT for teaching textbooks, language arts, explode the code, keyboarding, and silent reading. And I think I'm going to change that because it has 5 things and I didn't want to do that. But I mean, this is all kind of a rough draft at this point. But like I said, I'll link it below in the description box in case that's helpful for you and if you're interested in doing something like this for your kids this summer. So I'm curious, what do you guys do for summer, or what are your summer plans? Do you guys school during the summer? Do you do a quasi school like we do, or do you take it off completely? Do you have any big plans for the summer that you'd like to share with us? I'd love to hear it in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoy the other videos in the collaboration. So don't forget to check the description below for the playlist. If you like videos like this, don't forget to give me a like. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe and hit the bell notification so you know when any future videos are up. Thanks for watching today, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye, everyone.